Thanks for joining us for this MTN special honoring heritage. I'm Diane Parker. November is Native American Heritage Month, and we're celebrating the rich culture of Montana's indigenous communities, from the Crow people to the Blackfeet and beyond. Our journalists have spent the past year traveling to and from Montana's reservations, telling these one-of-a-kind stories featuring Native history, culture, and the hard-hitting issues. MTN is committed to telling the stories of those who are trying to preserve that culture. Now, one huge event that does just that is Crow Fair. Crow Fair began way back in 1903, and the event is centered in Crow Agency, also known as the teepee capital of the world. And you can see why right there. It brings some 25,000 people to the Crow Reservation for a full week each August. Leading up to the event, Crow royalty is crowned to promote the event and preserve history. I took a trip to Crow Agency this fall. Each year leading up to Crow Fair, there's a dozen Crow princesses selected to represent their geographical regions right here on the Crow Reservation. But there's only one Miss Crow Fair, and she's crowned to be the ambassador for cultural preservation.
Baizada, Baitdilik, Hagilik, Awishdiwuk. So what I said was that I like to sit down, and when the older people come and visit, I like to sit with them and listen to what they say. And then that's kind of how I learned my language.
The language is Crow, or Apsalica, and with the U.S. government's forced assimilation in the 1800s and the Homestead Act of 1862, the language all but disappeared.
There's about 14,000, 15,000, about 2,000 speak the Crow language fluently. So we're trying to influx everything into our language, our tradition, our culture to hold on to what we have left.
According to a written history the Crow Tribe Executive Branch provided to us for this story, the first Crow Fair in 1904 was actually an event designed to showcase successful assimilation. But astute Apsalica knew the world press would report it as a violation of human rights. Thus, Crow Fair as we know it today was born, showcasing dance competitions and beading, and began to preserve culture.
My grandma, before she passed away, she was a big beater. They're in different museums now all over the world. There's patterns, they're called Crow designs, and you can tell the difference between a Crow design and another tribe.
Janice Littlelight's cradle board is just one treasure, a commissioned piece you can find at the Custer Battlefield Trading Post in Crow Agency. It features a sparkling Crow color, greasy yellow.
There's Crow colors. There's a color called Crow pink. It's kind of like a dark pink.
Macaria learned to bead from her mother and beaded the leggings she wore for the pageant.
They compete on knowledge of our culture, language, and about the history of Crow Fair.
The first question they asked me was, who are my clan fathers and mothers? We have a clan system, the Crow tribe. Your main clan comes from your mother, and then your child clan would come from your father. My clan father and mothers would be Big Lodge because I'm a clan child.
The clan is a second family, a group to turn to for assistance. But this year, the spotlight turns to Macaria Pine as Miss Crow Fair 2023 assists her people and the world in preserving precious history.
I like to help other people. It brings me joy.
In Crow Agency, Diane Parker, MTN News.
With permission, we've published the entire written history of Crow Fair on your local MTN website. We just heard from Sean Backbone. He'll be joining us in studio for part 2 of this show. That's exclusively on streaming, so go ahead and make sure you download your local MTN app on your smart TV device. Throughout this special, we want to share ideas on how all of us can honor Native Americans. One way is by visiting a local museum. Let's go to Bozeman now. This is where the Apsalica Women and Warriors exhibit is on display at the Museum of the Rockies, which sits on sacred tribal land. The exhibit is out of Chicago for the first time and is up through the end of this year. So hop in the car and check out the rare artifacts and culture of the Apsalica, also known as the Crow people. Women still play a huge role in cultural preservation today. In fact, let's go ahead and meet an Apsalica fashion designer whose clothing line has gone global, featuring colors and patterns unique to the Crow tribe.
All the tribes, we're all different and we have different designs. I, as a beader, I can usually tell, like, oh, that's Blackfeet design, that's an Ojibwe floral design, that's a Crow floral design. We have the Crow geometric designs that are You know, we use certain colors. Even in our beadwork, we don't use black. This one's called the Donna pencil skirt.
And that Donna pencil skirt was from her Honoring Our Mothers collection that hit the runways this fall for New York Fashion Week and Indigenous Fashion Week in Paris. Now her latest collection is hitting the airwaves right now here on CBS. I'm actually wearing Chokecherry Creek. This is from the new Resiliency line. It features a little bit of crow pink and the geometric crow design. And coming up later in the show, we check in with Angela's husband, Superman, who's a famous rapper whose lyrics are working to honor Native heritage and history. One way you can take action right now is to honor heritage and support Native-owned businesses. MTN's Alina Howder shows one of the easiest ways to shop authentic designs via what's known as the Etsy of Native American artists.
There's a story to be told with each Indigenous piece of art like this. And now there's an online platform called TRIA that showcases Native American artists and the work they do, giving others a glimpse into their culture.
You won't find these hand-beaded dresses in just any retail shop.
I took this floral design and I beaded on it.
These pieces are the work of Brocade Stops Black Eagle.
And I just love beading. It's very therapeutic for me. And then I just love creating something and then seeing the finished product.
Brocade is Crow, Mandan, and Hidatsa. Her mother taught her how to bead nearly 30 years ago.
I took that design and I put it on clothing.
And recently, the former RN took a dive into beading full time.
Since I love beading, I thought it'd be a great business to take my beadwork and put it on wearable art.
That's where TRIA comes in, an online platform that supports and showcases hundreds of Native American artists and promotes cultural tourism.
Sometimes when we go into an art show or we see something online, we just see the earrings, we see, the beautiful paintings, we see the beautiful clothing. But what we're missing a lot of times is that backstory.
Laura McGee is the TRIA program manager with the Native American Development Corporation. Under her guidance, TRIA has become more than just an online platform, but also a networking tool for Native American artists.
Since March, we've had a couple dinner and auctions where we bring in artists such as Ben's work. Brocade does the fashion shows.
Artist Ben Pease is Crow in Northern Cheyenne.
It's kind of like when you tell a story and it comes back to you, it doesn't always come back the same way.
He owns a studio on Montana Avenue in Billings, and he's part of the TRIA program as well.
They're becoming to be a really good resource for artists, for connecting the client, the consumers, different markets, and really trying to make a space for artists who are also Indigenous.
A really important resource for Indigenous artists as they're already competing in a predominantly Western market.
For so many years, our stories as Indigenous people have always been told by somebody else than ourselves. And I think it's powerful being able to tell our story ourselves.
And for Brocade, being able to tell her own story through a platform like TRIA is life-changing.
It's been a really great support system, networking, getting my name, my business out there.
In Billings, Alina Howder, MTN News.
Bison have a huge historical significance to Native American culture, but a white bison is rare and considered to be sacred to tribes. This is Big Medicine, born in 1933 on the National Bison Range on the Flathead Indian Reservation, and he died in 1959. He is currently on display at the Montana Historical Society in Helena, which serves as the state's official archive. Big Medicine held great significance to both Native and non-Native people here in Montana. However, if you want to see him in Helena, you'll need to make a visit before January, as construction is going to temporarily close everything down. Now, additionally, once an exhibit is built, Big Medicine is being returned to the National Bison Range following an agreement between the MHS and the Salish and Kootenai tribes.
It was an old way of life.
It provided us life. Without the buffalo, we wouldn't have existed.
Montana Native tribes used to hunt bison to survive.
It's crazy how they just knew how to do this way back then.
The Great Falls Indigenous Education Department are ditching the classroom to hunt one of the Native Americans' most sacred animals, the bison.
The bison is so much fun just to take apart and teach them. The teaching is at a high level today. I'm very excited about how this all went today.
As part of an annual school activity, the Indigenous Education Department has opened the door for Native students to take a peek in the past at what their ancestors used to do to survive.
We come out and do these bison hunts so that we can tie the kids back to their culture and then share the culture with other people.
Buffaloes connected with all the people here that want to do this, want to experience it, want to learn about it.
Bison provided Native Americans with an abundance of necessary items for survival, such as food, clothes, and weapons.
And actually they've been told all their lives that we ate buffalo all the time. Well, this is the first time a lot of them have ever touched a bison and been able to see it being taken apart so that they can see what's used and what's not used.
The students learned everything that's involved in getting the bison from the prairie to the plate.
That's why I think I'm smiling so much right now. I was just reflecting on watching everybody, seeing them work together, pulling together as a team, help skin, help gut, help put it all together, clean it up, haul pieces back and forth. It's wonderful.
Some students got to know the bison maybe a little bit more than they were bargaining for.
It's pretty good. I drank the blood.
Oh, you drank the blood? What was that like?
Salty. It was very salty and warm. It tastes, yeah.
With a day full of knowledge and fun, many students are excited to come back next year.
It's crazy. It's, something I get to say that I've done,
In Teton County, Brianna Juneau, MTN News.
Up next, the before and afters are impressive. We'll introduce you to an Indigenous entrepreneur and barber who's spreading culture from powwows to the city. Plus, we meet a famous Absalika rapper and dancer whose lyrics are creating change worldwide.
Everybody come and walk this way. Hey, yo, well, let him hear. Let go of all your stress and fear. Hey, yo, I'm trying to have the best this year. Your blessings near, yeah. So let's be clear.
Welcome back. One way to honor heritage is by supporting Indigenous entrepreneurs. MTN's Jackie Coffin introduces us to an amazing barber.
Elite Barbers has earned a reputation in Billings for its fresh haircuts with a unique twist. As the shop celebrates its second year in business, I sat down with co-owner Marlon Joe to hear about his journey through hair.
Your first impression of somebody you've seen them is how they look. First contact's your eyes. Once you see the eyes, then you go down and go around from the face and the hair. And he's got a nice haircut. It goes a long way.
No matter what else was going on in Marlon Joe's life, barbering always seemed to follow him.
I started cutting when I was a sophomore in high school. That was the year 2000. I remember my dad just gave me a pair of clippers and said, here, learn how to cut your own hair, because I got too picky of him cutting my hair. I just learned on my own, basically.
Joe grew up in Crow Agency and joined the Army out of high school, ultimately serving 3 combat tours in Afghanistan.
That's where I basically learned most of all kind of haircuts to do was just because I had, Army guys always want a nice and clean cut. I was even cutting overseas on the side of a mountain side in Afghanistan on my first tour. And because I had my pair of clippers with me everywhere I went.
Joe perfected clean cuts on a mountainside in Afghanistan, but it was at powwows back home that he started turning haircuts into art.
Good at it?
And we used to hit the powwow shows and everywhere we go, everywhere like the feathers and all the kids, and I don't even have to look at a picture anymore because I just remember how to do it. Usually, my clients know what they want, but design-wise, if they bring me whatever, I'll put it on. I'll put it in there.
Out of the Army and with a career as an X-ray technician lined up, Joe decided to move in a different direction in the pursuit of his passion.
Well, it's just like planting your own plant and watching it grow.
Owning his own shop is a dream, but it's allowed Joe to mentor a new generation of barbers, and he wants to build on that idea.
I also want to do my own barber school, because there's no really barber school in Billings right now, and I feel like I got more to offer into the barber world, into Billings, to Montana, basically to, put Montana on the map.
Joe says if you want to learn the trade, just give him a call. In Billings, Jackie Coffin, MTN News.
On Thursday nights, in this back hallway at the First Congregational Church in downtown Billings, you can find this room with 3 Apsalica Nation members inside. For 2 years, they've been sharing their stories of addiction to try to help pull others out of the darkness. As soon as you click play on an Unspoken Words podcast, you feel like you've been transported into a Native American talking circle.
In layman's terms, it's like AA or NA. Did you bring enough for everybody?
It's a topic J.C. Beaumont, Josiah Huggs, and Randy Bear Don't Walk know plenty about.
I was practicing alcoholic for like 26 years.
I was drinking a half a gallon of vodka every day.
I was alcoholic and a meth addict.
Beaumont and Huggs met at an actual talking circle inside the church a few years ago and became fast friends. When the duo turned into a trio, it didn't take long to figure out how they were going to make a difference in the often dark and dangerous world of recovery.
Started meeting together, us 3, talking about certain topics, and like, man, that's a podcast right there. Boom, episode. Each time we met.
Did you guys do anything like funny and crazy back then?
100 episodes in, they've perfected their podcast format, which is always one take, no editing.
As soon as he turned,
what the listener gets from us is just our true selves, like in real time.
We can bring them in with that laughter, and then, well, we're going to hit you with something serious real quick.
Like this from episode 96, titled Step 9, Making Amends.
Knowing that I was the cause of so much pain and anguish and hurt is something that I have to live with every day.
That honesty and openness is the reason they continue to reach tribal members all across the country, with over 17,000 downloads, including at least one in every state.
The best way to try to make positive change is to show others that, hey, it's okay to be vulnerable.
When we need that little extra bit of encouragement, something will come through like, hey, I'm over here on the other side of the world, other side of the country, and they'll say, hey man, your story inspires us. And those are like the moments that, you know what, man, like, let's continue doing it. Let's keep going.
What they're offering is another chance at life. Who couldn't get on board with that?
Don't stop!
In Billings, Casey Conlon, MTN News.
Up next, we take you to western Montana, where a significant landmark is renamed to honor Salish heritage. Welcome back. We're taking you now to Missoula, where the Higgins Bridge is now called Bear Tracks Bridge. This fall, a renaming and rededication ceremony changed the name of the bridge to honor heritage of the Salish, who were forced off of their homeland to the Flathead Reservation. Grizzly Bear Tracks was a top advisor of Chief Charlo and a leader of the highest stature among the Salish people. He is revered by his people today.
It is more than just a name. It is a way of life. It's a way of philosophy.
This day has been a long time coming.
So happy Indigenous Peoples Day, everybody.
The commemoration of the official name began at the corner of Higgins Avenue and 3rd Street. This is the location the Salish camped before crossing the water to the reservation. The elders led the march across the new Bear Tracks Bridge in memory of the journey their ancestors made. This was known as the Salish Trail of Tears. All right, taking you to Lodgegrass now, where native language preservation is underway. Here's MTN's Jackie Coffin.
Math, reading, science, students here at Lodgegrass School are learning all the subjects you'd expect, but it's when you step inside Lark Reelbird's classroom that you'll find a one-of-a-kind curriculum in Crow language and culture.
Sierra. Mary J.
The lesson today in Lark Reelbird's classroom at Lodgegrass Elementary School centers around the word of the week.
The word for berry picking is balidua. Balidua.
The Crow language teacher for Lodgegrass Elementary School, Real Bird teaches the newest generation of Crow language learners, starting in pre-K. The students here right after lunch are third graders.
How do you berry pick? Who knows about berry picking? Crow language is my first language, and so I'm fluent in it. In my household growing up, all of us spoke Crow. That was, it was what we did. I didn't know anything else until I went to school.
But the fluency of Crow language across the Apselica Nation has declined, and now most of the exposure children get to the language is in the classroom.
We're at a point where we have a lot of non-Crow speakers, and I've always said this since the last maybe 10-15 years, that we're actually in denial about our language loss. And that's because there's still a lot of us who speak. Balidua. The real description of that word is to strike something.
Real Bird started teaching at Lodgegrass Elementary School as a substitute in 2017.
And then my master's degree is Native American Studies, emphasizing language preservation, which is how I ended up doing this.
And the curriculum and lessons are in Real Bird's experienced hands to craft.
Hit that a little bit, and so the berries are going to fall. Yeah, I have to be creative in how I present this information. See, that's how that works.
The momentum behind teaching Crow language and culture in classrooms across the Apselica Nation is only picking up, with Crow language dictionaries, apps, and schools like Lodgegrass offering classes pre-K through 12. And Real Bird says the kids are listening.
So that's what Balidua is.
And speaking.
Yeah, I think there's work to be done all the time.
In Lodgegrass, Jackie Coffin, MTN News.
Up next, we meet a famous Lakota actor residing in Bozeman. Welcome back. A Lakota actor who lives in Bozeman first hit the big screen in Dances with Wolves, and he's been honoring heritage ever since, representing the Lakota people. MTN's Jolie Salee has the story.
I'm here at the Gallatin County Fairgrounds, just one of many different places in town where a movie was filmed starring local actors. One of them you might recognize from a classic.
Except for baby.
I made Dances with Wolves when I was 11 and 12, came out when I was 13, and have been fortunate enough to do a film or two a year since then.
Michael Spears has lived in Bozeman for 17 years, known for many different acting roles that honor his culture.
My father, I really had to push me to, he said, be that Lakota, be that person that you're going to show them how a real Lakota looks and behaves and acts.
Spears also works with MSU and Cultural Resources for the American Indian Council.
Revitalizing and keeping with our singing culture, mainly around the drum and our Lakota value system that I hope to share with more students here.
In the film The Year of the Dog, filmed around Bozeman and Livingston, Spears was given yet another opportunity to do just that. The film touches on many important topics like addiction and stereotypes of Native Americans.
Chief Wahoo and all of the tomahawk chop and all of that stuff is directly affects Native community today. Even our visibility and self-esteem is something that is still vulnerable.
Spears says it's important for Native Americans to look to the media and see accurate representation.
I believe that keeping the integrity and keeping the truth alive is very important. I'm looking forward to the conversations it's going to spark.
The Year of the Dog is an independent feature film written, produced, co-directed, and acted in by Rob Grabo. He describes the film as a passion project.
I sold my condo in Livingston to help finance this film because I believed in the story so much.
The cast and crew pooled largely from Montana. Grabo says about 20 to 30 people from Bozeman were involved, and he calls this an honor.
And that just you know, to have my family from this area and so many of us from here, it just means so much to us. So we're really proud about that.
Find out where the movie will be playing and how to purchase tickets by visiting our website. In Bozeman, Jolisa Lee, MTN News.
Famous rapper and dancer Superman, who grew up on the Crow Reservation, spreads a message of resiliency worldwide via his music, sprinkling history, knowledge, and culture into the lyrics. He launched his latest music video from the album Medicine Bundle in a collaboration with the Montana Film Office. It features native actors filmed on Absalica land.
Bob Marley say, wake up and we start to praise. How we start the day, we fall from fake to jars of clay. Everybody come and walk this way, and yo, we'll let him hear. Let go of all your stress and fear. And yo, I'm trying to have the best this year, your blessings.
And so that's one thing that I always try to throw in my music is like, hey, you know, we're still here, you know, we're still moving forward, and you know, teach a little bit of history, you know, for those who might not know, or you know, things like that. And so I always put that in there, but always positive with the all right video is, you know, hey, everything's going to be all right. We're coming out of this pandemic, you know, things like that. We need a little more positivity moving forward in a, you know, in a good way. So
right, everything's going to be all right.
Yeah,
a little
right, yeah.
throwback to Bob Marley
Bob
there
Marley,
too.
Shout out to Bob, the legend. Yeah.
I'ma get up, ayy. I know I'ma get up, ayy. I won't be afraid.
We want to thank you so much for joining us. If you're watching us on the air, you'll want to go ahead and switch over to the Q2 streaming app for part 2, exclusively on streaming, where we take a deeper look at honoring heritage with a Montana tribal member. Simply download the app on your smart TV device or scan this QR code.